I want to go to Vietnam.
No. I want an iPhone.
Arey, Vietnam is cheaper than your iPhone, believe me.
Then what's the budget?
If you are wondering that Vietnam is a budget-friendly destination or not, then you are on a right place. Thank you so much for showing your support on my Vietnam playlist. Now, this video is focused on planning your Vietnam trip without breaking your fixed deposit. So watch the whole video and plan your budget-friendly trip. In turn, show your support by subscribing my channel. Let's start. There are two types of expenditure. One is the constant budget that doesn't depend on your duration of your trip, like the flight cost, visa, SIM card and currency exchange rate. The other one is the variable cost, which is completely depending on the duration of your stay in Vietnam, like the local transport, food, stay and entry fees. Direct Indigo, Vietnam Airlines and Vietjet flights are available from Delhi, Kolkata, Mumbai and Ahmedabad. Additionally, Vietjet announced direct flight from Kochi and Trichy. Don't directly book the tickets from any app. Compare the prices on the Skyscanner and book your trip. It may save a lot of money. And check the baggage allowance while booking your ticket. If you book around 2 months advance, the round trip would be cost lesser than 25,000. Don't book your trip blindly. Plan an itinerary, choose the inbound and outbound city and then book. Hanoi is at the north and Da Nang is at the center and Ho Chi Minh at the southern part of the Vietnam. So depending on your itinerary, book your ticket. For Indians, e-visa is required. It is very easy to apply. The website link I have given in the description. Very limited information are required for the application, like the name, passport details, scanned photographs, entry and exit point, tentative travel dates. Fill it correctly as there is no provision to change any details after the submission of the form. I got my e-visa within 4 days, but the site says it can take more than 14 days sometimes, so better to apply in advance. The cost for single entry is $25 and the multiple entry is $50. So it's around 2100 or 4200 rupees. You can pay it directly from your Indian credit card. Apply e-visa for all the members separately. I have seen in Mumbai that one couple was denied to board as they had no separate visa for their child. So please check all the regulations before you start your journey. It's better to take a local SIM card. Companies like Viettel, Vinaphone, Mobifone are good for connectivity. The cost is around 800 to 1000 rupees for a month with around 3 to 4 GB daily data plan. The SIM card will be activated within 2 minutes and I haven't submitted any document for that. In the airport, shops are available. I took Vinaphone SIM card as it was the cheapest. In the city, the SIM cards are much more cheaper than airport. Like I paid around 900 rupees in Hanoi airport, but the same connection was available in Hanoi city center for 500. So if you are traveling in a group, take one SIM card from the airport and buy rest from the city. Now the currency exchange rate, the most important part of your trip. The local currency is known as Vietnamese dong. In Vietnam, card and cash both are accepted, but cash payment is much more dominating. I had Neo card and had a nightmare with that. Carry Forex card and take some Euro or USD from India. For exchange from USD to Vietnamese dong, counters are available in airport, but again those are expensive. In the Hanoi Old Quarter, you will get the best exchange rate mostly within the jewelry shop. I have given the location of the shop where I exchanged the currency. Don't carry Indian rupees as it's very difficult and very expensive to directly change the INR to Vietnamese dong. Now let's talk about the fluctuating cost, which will be highly variable depending on the number of days you are going to stay in Vietnam. The first is the domestic travel cost. For intercity travel, buses, trains and flights are available. For a short trip, flight is the best, whereas if you have time, then bus is okay. The rate difference between the flight and train is around 1000 to 1500 rupees, whereas the travel time is 10 times higher by train. So choosing flight is the best option. I took 2 domestic flights from Hanoi to Da Nang and Da Nang to Ho Chi Minh. Each cost me around 3500 rupees only with luggage and I booked 1 month advance. For intercity, rent a scooter, take bus or book taxi or bike through Grab or Klook. In case of app booking, I used my credit card for payment. My total domestic travel cost for 12 days was around 10,000 rupees. The hotel or hostel charge is highly variable for you. I traveled solo, stayed in a hostel in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City where I paid around 600 rupees which includes my breakfast. Whereas in Da Nang and Hoi An, I stayed in a single room where I paid 700 rupees but without any breakfast. I pre-booked all of my stays through Agoda and all the hostel links are in the description box. I always put a review after my stay so I got some cashback. Then comes the food. Vietnamese foods are really amazing. Starting from rice noodles to banh mi, soup, tea, seafood, beer, everything is really very cheap. The quantity of a plate of food is huge, though the base cost for everything is higher than India. So book a stay where you can get the complimentary meal. Pick a day tour which includes the lunch. In that way, I have only paid for my dinner and snacks additionally. So my additional food cost was around 500 to 600 rupees per day and for 12 days trip it was around 5000 rupees. The last is the exploration cost, like the entry fees for the tourist places or for day trips. I booked all of my trip for the Vietnam through Klook app. The market price and the price on the app was almost same. Whereas on the app I can pay through Indian credit card. It lowers the exchange rate cost and the risk of carrying a bunch of currency notes. On the screen you can see the places I have visited and the cost. Plan the attraction you want to explore. Don't repeat similar kind of things. And if you are booking through Klook, leave a review so on the next booking you will get a really nice discount. It's the time to show you my total travel cost for a 12 days trip to Vietnam. So as I said at the starting, Vietnam is cheaper than buying one iPhone. What you want to do? Vietnam trip or buying one iPhone? If you haven't checked out my Vietnam travel videos and itinerary, just click on these suggestions. And don't forget to subscribe my channel. Bye bye.